This is what the different levels look like in terms of voltage, right? So when you guys are getting to this word called impedance, a lot of you understand, okay, if I'm using my guitar or some sort of thing that's very low, then I need to put it in what we call the high Z input, right? How many people have ever put something into the high Z input? How many people know what that high Z input really means?
Hey man, you ever plug your guitar or bass straight into your interface and wonder why it sounds flat, dull, and lifeless? Well, the secret might be in this little input right here. Yeah, that's the high Z input. Today, me and my guy Ivan are gonna break down the high Z input, what it is, why impedance matters, and let you hear exactly why it can make or break your tone. So, high Z stands for high impedance. Now, impedance is just a fancy word for how much a device resists the flow of your audio signal. Think of it like water running through a pipe. Here's the deal. Guitars and basses, they send out a weak high impedance signal, kind of like water running through a really skinny garden hose. You ain't gonna get a lot of water, maybe a little drip, right? A normal line input is designed for low impedance signals. Now that's more like a fire hydrant, man. Water everywhere. If you plug your high impedance guitar into a low impedance input, that mismatch will slow the signal down in a way that kills your tone. You will lose volume, sparkle, and clarity. The high Z input is like giving your guitar the right size pipe, pause. So you keep your signals flowing naturally, keeping your tone full, bright, and detailed. To understand this, you probably need to hear it. I'll have Ivan play the same guitar riff twice. First, through the regular line input, then through the high Z input.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ivan, and today I'm going to show you some examples of plugging your guitar into a line input versus a high Z input of your audio interface. Okay, so let's start off with a line input connection, and let's see how that sounds like.
Did you notice how it's quiet, dark, and kind of muffled? And now, here's the same part using the proper high Z input. The life comes back into the tone. That's the difference that proper impedance matching makes. Now with the high Z, the sparkle, the punch, they come back.
And now let's see what happens whenever we plug our guitar into a dedicated high Z input.
Real quick, I learned this lesson the hard way a while back. I was recording a bass player. We spent some time in that studio chasing down why his tone just sounded like he was playing under a pillow. We swapped cables, checked the pickups. He was about to change the strings, man. I was like, chill. I finally looked over and looked at the interface and saw that there was a high Z button that was turned off. We turned it on, the bass instantly came back to life. We looked at each other and was like, man, how did we miss this? Ever since, I don't start a session. If I'm plugging in a guitar or bass, I don't start the session without making sure that we first plugged into the proper high Z input. And if there's a button to activate the high Z, we turn it on. You'll always want to use high Z whenever you're plugging an electric guitar or bass directly into your interface. Or if you're recording instruments with passive pickups, and sometimes you might just be running some older gear with unbalanced, weaker outputs. On some interfaces, the input for high Z is labeled instrument. Or you might just see, like in this case, a little guitar symbol next to a special input. That's the high Z. Use that when you are in this situation. Now, there are also some times when you don't want to use high Z, like if you're recording a microphone or using a line level input coming from like a compressor or a synth, drum machine, or even a mixer, right? If you got active pickups on your guitar, you don't need to use high Z input then either, but it probably won't hurt. If you don't have high Z on your interface, it's all good. You get you one of these little boxes right here. It's called a DI box. If I turn it converts your high impedance signal into a low impedance mic level signal so that you can then use your mic pre's without killing your tone. And before you hit record, please always double check that you're using the proper input and that you have high Z turned on if needed, man. It's one of those small settings that really make a big difference in the sound. I've even had sessions where the artist thought their guitar was broken because it sounded so dead. I reached over, hit that high Z input, and boom, big cheeses on everybody in the studio. Man, like the look on somebody's face when their sound and their ideas come alive is priceless. And in this case, it only cost us the press of one button. So that's the high Z input. Simple in concept, really big in impact, and it's not just a technical detail. It's literally the difference between your instrument sounding like it's under a blanket and sounding like an instrument.
So in summary, try not to plug your guitar into a line input, plug it into a high Z input instead, and if you don't have one, use a DI box.
Shout out to Ivan Calderon for helping us show the difference. Use high Z when you should, and don't use it when you shouldn't, and you will never have to second guess your sound again. Be dope, man.